Good morning. So I was thinking and I was remembering how much you loved having reading playdates in school. So I thought, how fun would it be to have a reading playdate at home with your family, a stuffed animal, or your favorite toy? So right now, I need you to go get someone that you would want to have a reading playdate with. It could be your stuffed animal, it could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be your sister, your brother, it could be your favorite toy. So you need to go get someone you want to have a reading playdate with and a nonfiction book. So remember, nonfiction is a real book that teaches you something. You do not have a nonfiction book, you can click right here and it will bring you to a nonfiction book about astronauts that was suggested by Brandon. So I want you to think back to when we were in school. What were some things that we did during our reading playdates? There was a lot of different things we could do when we were having a reading playdate. So I want you to name 3. Okay, you could tell someone in the room or you could tell me. Go ahead. Yeah, so let's go over all these things that you can do right now to have a reading playdate. So the first game you can play is you can play school. If you remember, one person is the teacher, everyone else is the student. So you can be the teacher to your stuffed animals, you could be the teacher to anyone you want. A teacher always asks good questions. So if you are playing school and you are the teacher, remember, you should be asking your students questions. What do you remember from the story? What did you just learn? What else do you know about this animal I'm reading about? Think of good questions to ask your students. The next thing you can do, sorry, I need to see this a little better, is play games. Okay, there are a lot of games you can play with your books. The first game you can play is a snap word hunt. You can search for snap words. You can give someone a word, find the word the, and they have to look through the book and find all the words the. Then they can say, find the word who. And you can look through your book and you can find all the words that say who. You can play Guess What's Next, where you're reading the book. Before you turn the page, what do you think we're going to learn next? You can play Alphabet Pop It, where you look at the page and say, show me something that begins with the letter B. And it could be something in the picture or it could be something in the text. Anything that starts with letter B, the other person has to find it. You can play Guess the Feeling. Now, we were playing Guess the Feeling in school, but since we're reading nonfiction books now, Guess the Feeling we're going to take out. So that's a game we're not going to play with our nonfiction books. Another thing you can do is read it aloud. So you hold the book just like this so you can see the words and whoever you are reading to can see the words and you can just read the story to them out loud. You can play shared reading where you read the story and whoever you are playing with repeats after you. So you read the page, the person you're playing with also reads the page. And the last thing you can do is play pretend. Playing pretend is going to look a little different than what we were doing in school with our fiction books, but you can also play pretend with your nonfiction books. If it is telling you that a giraffe is drinking water from the watering hole, you can act that out. You can get on the floor and drink out of a watering hole just like a giraffe. Okay? So you could pick any game that you want to play with your nonfiction book. You can play with your family, your stuffed animal, your toy. It doesn't matter who you play with. Then you are going to fill this out right here. You're going to tell me what game you played, and you're also going to tell me who you played it with. So did you play it with mom? Did you play it with dad, your sister, your brother, your stuffed animal, your toy? And what book did you read? And then the password for today is going to be water. Thank you.